Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. Before I resume my NEEV lecture, I am grateful and thankful to Professor Sher Haider Saab, who has been retired from my department, Physics Department, Islamia College, Peshawar, for being watching my lectures and giving me suggestions, and whenever there is a error in it, it is being corrected. So one error was that in isotopes I swapped the two things, but later on in the explanation everything was correct. However, I am going to correct you again. Isotopes are elements having same charge number but different mass number. They have got different number of neutrons. So these things were swapped, and I think I have said by mistakenly in my lecture that isotopes has same mass number but different charge number. That was wrong. So swap the two, that will be corrected, meaning that isotopes are elements with the same charge number but different mass number, meaning that they have different number of neutrons. So that was the correction. Once again, thanks to Professor Sher Haider Saab. Now, since we are continuing the diffusion chapter, diffusion mechanism chapter, and that is the last lecture of that chapter. We have discussed diffusion, what a diffusion is, and we discussed a lot of things in our previous lectures about diffusions. Today, what are the factors that affect diffusion rate will be discussed. वो कौन से फैक्टर हैं जो डिफ्यूजन को क्या करता है, स्लो करता है या तेज़ करता है, या डिफ्यूजन के लिए नेसेसरी पैरामीटर्स जो हैं वो क्या हैं, क्या क्या चीज़ें जो हैं वो ज़रूरी हैं जिस पे ये डिपेंड करता है. तो सबसे पहले आते हैं डिफ्यूजन कोएफिशिएंट, which we have represented by capital D in our previous lectures. Greater is the diffusion coefficient, the more will be the mass gradient and the more will be the rate of diffusion, and vice versa. So diffusion coefficient is affected by concentration gradient, that has a small effect upon diffusion. Meaning that if the concentration of something is greater on one side and on the other side the concentration is less, then diffusion take place from higher concentration towards lower concentration. That is, in nature, it is a very small effect upon diffusion rate. Second is temperature. Temperature has a vital effect upon interatomic, ionic, molecular diffusion in solid, as it facilitates the atom's jump rate from one lattice position to another. When we give heat or temperature to solids, the vibrational kinetic energy goes on increasing, and suddenly when it gets more energy, then it jump from one lattice position to another lattice position, and this the diffusion of atom from one place to another place take place. So the atom jump rate mainly depends upon their vibrational frequency, the frequency with which the atoms are vibrating, ions are vibrating, or molecules are vibrating. Second, the crystal structure cubic, orthorhombic, tetragonal, depends upon that. Activation energy and temperature. Activation energy, meaning that there is a bond energy between atoms and its neighbor. If you give that much energy, then the bonds will be broken and atoms will move from its own position to another position. So, temperature has a vital effect upon diffusion rate. Diffusion rate mainly increases with the increasing temperature because atoms, molecules, ions are getting energy, so they hop from one place to another place. Now come to activation energy. What is activation energy? Activation energy, you know, atoms, molecules or ions are bonded together and with its neighbor. In order to break this bond, we need a certain amount of energy which we call activation energy, which is different for different type of bonding. So the activation energy, which depends upon the bond energy between the jumping atoms and their neighbors. एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी किस चीज़ पे डिपेंड करती है? बॉन्ड एनर्जी बिटवीन जंपिंग एटम्स एंड देयर नेबर्स. द बॉन्ड एनर्जी also depends upon the concentration, meaning that if the concentration is high, then it will be difficult for the moment of atom to move from one place to another place. Fourth, the solvent density, meaning that the things in which you are solving, we are going to know about the density. If greater is the density of the solvent, then the diffusion rate will be slower, and if smaller is the density, then the diffusion rate will be faster. So, meaning that if from a mass from high concentration gradient will move to lower concentration if the solvent is less dense with a fast rate. Mass of the solute. High concentration mass solute has greater diffusion, meaning that if it is greater mass, high mass, huge mass, then in this case it is the more probably it will be more probable to diffuse more than compared to less mass of the solute. 6 is the traveling distance. Diffusion starts from a certain point and is transferring from one place to another place. As we are moving away, the diffusion rate will get slower and slower. So the diffusion rate gets slower at larger distances from the start of diffusion. Now come to Kirkendall effect. We have seen that whenever we diffuse two metals together, this is not necessary that their diffusion level might be equal. So this effect was felt by Kirkendall and we call it Kirkendall effect. So in case of binary solution, binary metal, say A and B, one solution is A and the other is B, the rate at which A and B diffuse may not be necessarily equal, meaning that if A diffuses into B and B diffuses into A, the rate might not be the same. It is observed that the lower melting point component diffuses much faster than the other one, meaning that there are two solutions with you, A and B, and you are going to diffuse them together. The one that has a lower melting point, that will diffuse more to the other one. So less melting point, this means the solution that has a smaller melting point, will diffuse more compared to the other one. So elements with smaller melting point will diffuse quickly and more compared to the one with higher melting point. This lead to a certain effects which are interesting and first observed by Kirkendall, meaning that this uneven diffusion of the two solution has some interesting effect that were being observed by Kirkendall. For example, inert markers. You know about the markers, i.e., that is thin rods of high melting point substance which is insoluble in diffusion matrix are placed at a weld joint of a couple, meaning that where you are going to join two things together, if this inert marker are placed at that point prior to diffusion of anneal, prior to the diffusion of annealing. You know, annealing means hardening. When you make a certain thing, you want to make something hard, then you anneal it. It is found that these markers shift during the anneal in the same direction as the slower moving species, meaning that there are two metals or binary solution, there is a joint and you place a marker on it. Then what happened when you are going to anneal, when you are going to make it hard, meaning that after heating you join them together and then making it hard. So it was found that these markers shift during the anneal in the same direction at the slower moving species. I have told you that the one with a lower melting point will diffuse more towards the second one, the higher melting point. So you see that the marker will shift from the lower melting point species towards the higher melting point species. This is the meaning of this one. So the extent of the shift is reported to be proportional to the square root of the diffusion rate time. The extent of this shift, meaning that जितना ये शिफ्ट होता है लोअर से हायर की तरफ, द एक्सटेंस ऑफ दिस शिफ्ट इज रिपोर्टेड टू बी प्रोपोर्शनल है टू द स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ डिफ्यूजन टाइम, तो जितना यानी टू द स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ डिफ्यूजन टाइम, अगर स्क्वायर डिफ्यूजन टाइम का स्क्वायर रूट ले लें. This type of moment reveals that the net mass flow due to the difference in diffusivity is being compensated by bulk flow of the matter in opposite direction within the diffusion zone. You know that when they are diffusing, the atoms or the molecules are moving in the opposite direction. So this type of moment reveals that, meaning that from from the point of from the species of lower melting point to higher melting point, reveals that the net mass flow due to the difference in diffusivity is being compensated. The net mass flow that is flowing, that is being compensated by the bulk flow of matter in opposite direction within the diffusion zone, meaning that if mass is entering from one place to another place, the mass in the other species are being pushed towards other side. So that is what we call compensation. Obviously, lattice planes are recreated on one side of the diffusion zones. Lattice planes are being created on one side of the diffusion zone, while they are destroyed on the other side of the diffusion On one side, lattice zones are destroyed. That is being compensated on the other side where lattice zones are being built. And the resulting bulk flow carries the marker along. The bulk flow, meaning that the difference in diffusivity carries the marker from the species of lower melting point site to the species of higher melting site. So we must note that the bulk flow occurs relative to the ends of the diffusion couple. It is interesting to note that it is quite different phenomena from the diffusion process itself, meaning that in this case mass is being pushed in opposite direction, which is being compensated. In several cases, one observed porosity on the lower melting component side, indicating that the bulk flow doesn't fully compensate for the difference in the diffusivity of the two spaces. जिसका लोअर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट होता है वहाँ पर पोरासिटी क्या होती है, ऑब्जर्व होती है, ज़्यादा होती है कंपेयर्ड. तो इसका मतलब है कि जो सारा जो बल्क फ्लो है वो सारा जो मास जो हम कहते हैं कि बल्क फ्लो है वो उसमें पोरासिटी का भी रोल है. सो इन सेवरल केसेस वन ऑब्जर्व पोरासिटी ऑन द लोअर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट कंपोनेंट में अक्सर जो है वो पोरासिटी देखी जाती है, इंडिकेटिंग that the bulk flow doesn't fully compensate for difference in diffusivity. यानी जो डिफरेंस इन डिफ्यूजिविटी आ जाता है वो इन पोरासिटीज़ की वजह से आ जाता है. जिस तरह मैंने कहा कि एक मटेरियल जितने में डिफ्यूज़ होता है दूसरे में वो एक जैसा नहीं होता. किरकेंडाल ने इस क्या कर दिया, इस इफेक्ट को क्या कर दिया, ऑब्जर्व कर दिया. तो ये जो डिफरेंस है ये पोरासिटी की वजह से भी आ सकती है. टू अंडरस्टैंड द किरकेंडाल इफेक्ट वन may consider the analogy of the gaseous interdiffusion. इसको अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए हम चलो gaseous interdiffusion का वो एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल. Let us consider that hydrogen in argon at the same pressure be kept in two chambers. चेम्बर जो होते हैं आप किसी कंटेनर्स में रख दे, interconnected through tube and a frictionless piston in the tube separate the gases. दो चेम्बर्स में रखे गए हैं, इसको इंटरकनेक्टेड किया गया है एक ट्यूब के ज़रिए से और एक फ्रैक्शनलेस पिस्टन है जो कि मूवमेंट करता है इन द ट्यूब सेपरेट द गैसेस, जो कि गैसेस को सेपरेट करता है. विन द ऑरिफिस, ढकना जिसको कहते हैं ऑरिफाइस का मतलब है ढकना. इन द पिस्टन इज़ ओपन, उसको खोल दिया जाता है. द गैसेस इंटरडिफ्यूज, तो वो गैसेस क्या कर जाते हैं, इंटरडिफ्यूज कर जाते हैं. ऑब्वियसली द लाइटर हाइड्रोजन विल डिफ्यूज फास्टर रिजल्टिंग इन प्रेशर डिफरेंस that will tend to shift the piston in the same direction as the slower diffusion argon moving. आपने देखा हाइड्रोजन जो होता है उसकी डिफ्यूजन जो होती है क्विक होती है, लाइटर है आर्गान की निस्बत. तो पिस्टन जो है वो क्या करेगा, मूव करेगा हायर से लोअर की तरफ, जो हाइड्रोजन से क्या करेगा, आर्गान की तरफ क्या करेगा, मूव करेगा, प्रेशर डिफरेंस क्रिएट करेगा. Shift the piston in the same direction as the slower diffusion argon is moving, meaning that जो slower argon जो है वो slow diffuse करता है हाइड्रोजन के साथ, हाइड्रोजन फास्ट डिफ्यूज़ करता है. तो हाइड्रोजन जिस डायरेक्शन में डिफ्यूज़ करता है तो वो पिस्टन भी उस डायरेक्शन में क्या करेगा, मूवमेंट करेगा. या आर्गान जिस डायरेक्शन में मूवमेंट करता है स्लोली, तो पिस्टन भी उसी डायरेक्शन में स्लोली क्या करेगा, मूवमेंट करेगा. So now come to the some applications of diffusion. Why we study diffusion? Diffusion mechanism are the basis of crystallization. किसी चीज़ को क्रिस्टलाइज करना हो, रिक्रिस्टलाइजेशन दोबारा यानी आपने उसको मेल्ट किया फिर रिक्रिस्टलाइज किया, सिंगल क्रिस्टल बनाना है, वो बनाना है. इसके लिए फेस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, मीनिंग दैट अगर आप एक फेस से दूसरे में जाना चाहते हैं, एक टेम्परेचर पे किसी का टेट्रागनल है और दूसरे टेम्परेचर पे क्यूबिक है, तीसरे टेम्परेचर पे कोई और है, तो इसको क्या कहते हैं, फेस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. एंड सैचुरेशन ऑफ द सरफेस एलाइज बाय एलिमेंट्स, मीनिंग दैट इफ़ यू आर पुटिंग सम एलिमेंट of the alloys, then diffusion mechanism is important. So few important application of diffusion are oxidation of metals, doping of semiconductors, you are aware of it, pentavalent, trivalent, joining of materials by diffusion bonding, welding, soldering, galvanizing, brazing and metal claddings, so a lot of other applications, shaping and other things you are doing with that one, meaning that if you want to make something with iron to make it another thing, so then you use like steels, a lot of things. Now come to production of strong bodies by sintering, i.e. powder metallurgy. Strong bodies by sintering. Sintering means if you give high temperature and make similarly powder metallurgy, meaning that if you put barium carbonate, titanium oxide together and heat it up to 1400 and plus degree centigrade, then that will become a barium carbonate. So this is how you can produce new things by means of the sintering process, and that comes from the diffusion. In sintering, a lot of diffusion mechanism are there. Surface treatment of steels, for example, case hardening, meaning that if you are going to harden the surface treatment can be done with the help of the temperature. Next is important in heat treatment, for example, homogenizing treatment of castings, recovery, recrystallization and participation of phases. Diffusion is a fundamental to phase changes, for example, gamma to alpha iron and many things. Now we may discuss few application in some details, just one application or two applications in details that will tell you about the diffusion, importance of diffusion mechanism. A common example of solid state diffusion is surface hardening of steel, जो हमने थोड़ा बहुत किया. Surface hardening of commonly used for gears and shafts वगैरह के लिए जो इस्तेमाल होता है, gear वगैरह बनाने के लिए और shafts वगैरह. Steel parts made in low carbon steel are brought in contact with the hydrogen gas like methane in the furnace atmosphere at about 92700 degree centigrade temperature. यानी स्टील का जो पार्ट्स होते हैं, लो कार्बन स्टील जो होता है जिसमें ब्रॉट इन कंटेक्ट विद द हाइड्रोकार्बन गैस, सॉरी मैंने कहा हाइड्रोजन गैस नहीं, हाइड्रोकार्बन गैस लाइक मीथेन जिसको CH4 कहते हैं, इन अ फर्नेस एटमॉस्फेयर एट अबाउट 927 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. द carbon from CH4 diffuses into surface of a steel part of, and hereby carbon concentration increases on the surface of the steel. तो CH4 से जो कार्बन है वो उसके साथ चिपक जाता है और सरफेस पे वो ज़्यादा होता है. ड्यू टू दिस द हार्डनिंग ऑफ द सरफेस इंक्रीजेज, सरफेस की जो हार्डनिंग है वो इंक्रीज़ होती हैं. वी मे note that the percentage of carbon diffuses in the surface increases with the exposure time. यानी जितना ज़्यादा स्टील एक्सपोज होगा फर्नेस में कार्बन को, तो वो ज़्यादा जो है वो क्या होगा, डिफ्यूज़ होगा सरफेस पे. सो द कंसनट्रेशन ऑफ कार्बन इज़ हाई नियर द सरफेस के नियर जो होती है ज़्यादा, एंड रिड्यूसेस विद द इंक्रीजिंग डेप्थ, यानी स्टील के अंदर नहीं जाती तो सरफेस ऑफ द स्टील जो है वो हार्ड हो जाती है. सो दैट वाज व्हाट अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट द डिफ्यूजन, के डिफ्यूजन है क्या और डिफ्यूजन की इफ़ेक्ट क्या है. हमने ये क्लियर कर दिया कि ये देखो हमारी रिसर्च में हमने बहुत उसको डिफ्यूजन मैकेनिज़्म को इस्तेमाल किया. डिफ्यूजन का सनटरिंग के ज़रिए से क्या होता है, सनटरिंग से आप नई चीज़ें भी बना सकते हो. आपने ये देखा कि स्टील को भी आप क्या कर सकते हो, हार्ड कर सकते हो बाय एक्सपोजिंग इट टू कार्बन एट हाई टेम्परेचर अबाउट 927 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, और जितना ज़्यादा एक्सपोजर होगा तो स्टील का सरफेस उतना क्या होगा, हार्ड होगा, और जितना एक्सपोजर कम होगा तो स्टील का सरफेस जो है वो उतना लेस हार्ड होगा। तो ये अगर आप देखें, हमने कहा कि लोअर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट से हायर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट जो है उसकी जो लोअर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट वाला सब्सटेंस है उसकी डिफ्यूजन ज़्यादा होती है, और हायर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट वाला जो है उसकी डिफ्यूजन, तो कार्बन जो है सरफेस पे उसका जो है वो एकमोलेशन ज़्यादा होगी, और जो हम नीचे आते हैं स्टील में तो उसकी एकमोलेशन क्या होगी, वो कम होगी। तो ये आपके पास दूसरी बात मैंने कहा कि जब आप डिफरेंट केमिकल एलिमेंट्स बनाते हैं, नई नई चीज़ें बनाते हैं, जिस तरह बेरियम कार्बोनेट आप बनाते हैं तो उसका एक मेकेनिज़्म है, जिस तरह सोडियम बिस्मथ टाइटानेट आप बनाते हैं, जिस तरह लिथियम नायोबेट बनाते हैं, जिस तरह पोटाशियम क्लोराइड वगैरह ये चीज़ें बनाते हो, तो उसके लिए क्या होती हैं, उसके लिए क्या होती है, इसमें डिफ्यूजन मैकेनिज़्म का बहुत अहम रोल है। तो डिफ्यूजन मैकेनिज़्म बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है। अब अगर आपने दो मेटल्स को आपस में क्या करना है, जॉइंट करना है, तो आपने उसको हीट देना है, और हीट के बाद जो है उनको क्या करता है, आपस में डिफ्यूज़ करना है, और ये एक दूसरे के साथ क्या हो जाते हैं, चिपक जाते हैं, और जो आपकी मर्ज़ी की चीज़ चाहिए होती है वो आप बना लेते हैं। इसी तरह आपने सेमीकंडक्टर्स में पढ़ा, सेमीकंडक्टर्स में आप क्या कर लेते हैं, डिफ्यूजन कर लेते हैं ट्राइवेलेंट की या पेंटावेलेंट की, और उससे एक नई चीज़ बन जाती हैं जो मुख्तलिफ़ किरदार अदा करती है। कंडक्टिविटी वगैरह उससे आप इंक्रीज़ करना चाहें, रेजिस्टिविटी डिक्रीज़ करना चाहें, मुख्तलिफ़ मैकेनिज़्म है जिसको आप क्या कर सकते हैं, अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। सो diffusion process is, in short I can say, is very important in our day-to-day life, or development of new chemical compounds। ये केमिकल कंपाउंड्स को जो हम बनाते हैं, नए नए चीज़ें बनाते हैं, उसके लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है। joining metals together and many more. So in tomorrow in tomorrow lecture we will start your last chapter of BS Material Science. Pardon for that. I was a little bit quicker. Sometime I feel that I didn't explain this thing well, but be sure for the next session, which will be a broad spectrum, which will be a little bit longer time. I'll explain these things in much details, since we were having a very limited time in this pandemic situation, because we started in a very short period of time. You are sharp people, you are young, you are energetic, and you can absorb much knowledge. So do work hard and go for the depth, and go for the depth, and go for the depth. Please criticize me, please correct me whenever you find some errors, and suggest me where I can improve. And you will see for the next sessions my lectures will be more detailed one, more effective, because you can see that was also a new practice for me, and I think it was not that much bad. But it's you people to cheer up or let me down, but I think you will cheer up. God bless you. Be happy. Keep your family happy. Keep your parents happy. Take care of your parents. Take care of your elders and the juniors. Be a balanced personality. Your ethics matter rather than your this knowledge. This knowledge will matter if you are ethically sound and strong. And hope my students are ethically sound and strong, and they will make their behavior and ethic much and much stronger. Thank you very much. Inshallah, in tomorrow lecture we are going to start mechanical properties of matter. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz. खुश रहो और खुश रखो, खुश रहो और खुश रखो.